I'm a target individual, and I got a YouTube page just trying to see if anybody will watch it out there. But if anybody, the best thing for you to do, if you're a target individual, is get off the internet. Get off Facebook, Messenger. YouTube's alright, but Facebook and Messenger is the worst thing they'll do, because they basically run your Facebook page, is what they do. And a lot of feelings that you get, if you can really think about it and just think real hard and tell yourself, you got to reprogram your brain a little bit and tell yourself, if you're getting scared or paranoid, some of you guys might know this, but that means it's not your feeling. So you don't have to worry about it. You just say it's not my feeling to yourself. Say it out loud. If you have voice control, tell them, that ain't my damn feeling. So I don't give a shit. I ain't gonna do it. And then sometimes they'll make you go. They'll make you go do something. They'll send you a thought to make you go, like, to the store or out in public, or just to go get a soda or something. And sometimes you just do that, but sometimes you can even stop that if you know, once you get to know your brain good. And if you really think about it, what I do is I go into my brain, like, and I see things in my brain before. I mean, it sounds crazy, but if you're feeling like, I had one last night that kept making me think of suicide. So I went in my brain and I started having a brainwave of being alive. That's what I was just thinking, like living. It was something different. I was fighting them back, and I fought it off and stopped. I just kept concentrating on what I was doing. And I call that where they make you walk somewhere. That's like sometimes you bump into people or people be in your way. It's because I call that teleporting you, action, retraction, distraction. Teleporting you, action, distraction. The action would be them making you go somewhere, or the action would be you getting up and doing it. The reaction would be where you're going to end up. And then distraction would be it distracted you from doing what you want to do. So and I got one called anniversary monkey consumption. None of this shit's fun, but I just name these things up just because that's what I thought. I was bored, man. And when you're TIs, you got to find hobbies to do. You got to find something, even doing anything, looking at something, walking. I mean, anything you can do different. Playing guitar, just sitting there listening to music and watching TV sometimes ain't gonna help you. Cleaning the house, and it's gonna be hard for you to do this. They're gonna be messing with you when you're trying to clean the house or do whatever. So you gotta fight that and push harder. And laying in the bed's the worst thing to do when they do you real crazy, like they done me. Sometimes I just lay in the bed, but you gotta get up and go do something. Doesn't matter, anything physical. It's gotta be physical. Walking, throwing a ball up, man. Just throwing a ball up and catching it. Walking around, anything, man. And this is I wrote this for 2019, and it's when they make you think a certain way, because you're going against a computer, a supercomputer. You're going against a computer sometimes. They're not all human. You rarely talk to a human, rarely. They can bring up your own thoughts and previous thoughts that you had. Anything, and then they can send you a thought of something that's not even yours. And they can even send you a thought. This is what I learned now. They can send you a thought that's a lie. So they send you a thought that's not even true, and when you're thinking about it, if you don't know, that if you think that's your own thought, you'll screw your head all up, They can manipulate you to be a asshole, whatever. They got personal violence is what I call that, when they make you be a different person. And just the way you act, sometimes you can lead into a personality. You know, like I've got sad and depressed, so they gave me more sad and depressed stuff. And you know how when you're gang stalk, they're doing people. Your best thing to do is to look at them and smile. Even if you got that paranoid feeling, you look at them and you say, "Hey, what's up?" and smile at them. And even if their faces are, because it's not their fault. You know, they might say something. They make other people say something. It's not like they got people working for them. They do got people that work for them, but it ain't like you got like 20, 30 people stalking you that is paid to do it. You know what I mean? These people are I think they're not mind controlled, but they're having thoughts, and pretty much they're on remote neural monitoring is what I think it is. And that's not being a TI. That's not even being a gang stalker, I think. But they gang stalk me. I call it psychological gang stalking. They do my mom, they do my son, they do my stepdad, they do my friends, but they all are nice to me. And it's just the way they do me. And I call it psychological warfare, kind of like, because you know everything's fine down in my little earth where I live on earth. Everything's cool, man. You know, and any TIs, if I was you, I'd go to the mental health place and try to get you disability. And don't tell the doctor all that crazy shit that happened to you. You keep it quiet. What you need to do, you gotta go in there and lie so you can get some money so you can fucking live. I mean, you're not lying, but if you hear voices, if you tell them too much information, they won't believe you. If you go in there and say, talking about target individuals, you know, and crazy this and the delusions you've had, and I mean, you just can't let them know it's a. See, I've done that to my doctor, and he was cool with it. He said, "Yeah, I've heard of this stuff. Whatever. I'm diagnosed with schizophrenic, and I basically am." And let me get back to the sometimes I would make it pleasant for myself. Like, I would not play games with these people, but I'd find stuff to do to make it pleasant for myself. You know, so I would, whatever, I'd go sing, or you go, even if you can't sing. Personalities will stop, I think it will stop, it'll mess up their shit if you start talking in a different language. Like, tu malakita, malakita, malakita. If you can do that, do like some of that stuff. If you can do it, I mean, some people might not be able to do that, but that's a reaction to there, and they don't know what the hell to think when you start talking like that. You know, because you got it. Some people just can't. But I think anybody, if you put your mind to it, like I can go in my brain and I can have my self-conscious voice. Everybody's got their inner voice, but we don't know how to use it. You don't even have to speak it. You don't have to say it under your breath. All you do is think about it, and whatever you think about it and say will pop up, and you'll hear it in your brain. And you can do this. You can go to different spots in your brain and say something, and be over here, focus right there. Just focus going inside your brain. Focus, and then you can feel the thoughts being sent to you. Sometimes I would duplicate the same thing they sent to me. The same thought I'd bring up, and I'd send it, and then it was sent to me. I'd go ahead and repeat the thought. And I think that's how you gotta fight them. And like I said, sometimes thoughts were brought to my attention. It wasn't pleasant for me though, but like even a lie, that's what they do. They send a lie over here, I think. And if you're good enough, you can spot where it comes in, man. Wherever the thought comes in your brain, you can find that exact spot where it came in. And some of the hardcore manipulation, I haven't figured out all that, but I'm trying to work on it. But I mean, TIs, you can do this And like I said, do malacrita, Mr. Calacrita. Do la calamita, la calamita. You know what I mean? And you could do anything like, hey, I'm Popeye. Or just if you can do this, man. I'm telling you, any TI can do this. It will help you. Even if it sounds like anybody can do oppression. Anybody can change the way their voice sounds and talk out your act and talk not even language. And it helped me, and then if you know, eventually you'll know there'll be a thought over here or somewhere in the brain. I'm not sure. You'll send you a thought. It'll be a lie. Like one time they did me, and I wanted some money. You don't know what the hell's going on when you got a thought sent over here, and it's a lie. So they send you a lie sometimes to make you believe it's your own thought, and so you'll start believing that, and then you'll start thinking. Then you'll have another thought comes after that. And then they'll send you another thought of anything, and then it'll screw you up, man. I've been there before, and you don't know what the hell to do. And sometimes, ignoring them is the best thing you can do if you can. But sometimes they push you so hard, they make you speak. If you're not careful, they make everybody speak. But I can control it. There's a way you can control it, man. You can control it, and you hear it come in the back of your head. You'll hear it coming out. You can hear what they wanted you to say, but you stop it. And then sometimes they got one that I believe that it's really hard. You gotta be really fucking good to know what you're doing. You gotta concentrate and lay the fuck down and rest your body and your mind. You can't be fucking doing something. Like they said, doing something helps. It helps you stay multitasking. That with me, multitasking helped a little bit, but not really. It never fucking helped me one bit. I be having, it does at certain times, but it just matters on which one is being done to you. But they do not own us. They do not take charge of us. They do not run our country. They do not run our they don't run our town. They want to act like they do. I run my town. I do. I'm the one that gets gang stalked, and I'm getting gang stalked, psychological gang stalked, and it's pleasant. Nobody's mean to me. Everybody's cool to me. There ain't no mad faces, because I'm not. They tried that paranoid feeling with me, or where I was scared in the beginning, and eventually I figured it out and said, well, it ain't mine. So if you think, program your brain, say it ain't you, and don't ever be scared of these people, man. Because if you're scared, they feed off that, and you can do. Sometimes you have no choice to do what they send to you. It doesn't matter. It's all up to you, but you can't be scared, and you got to realize these feelings ain't yours. And just by your attitude, you can change it in. You can act. If you can act good, it will help a TI if you're acting, not expressing or acting. Or just acting when you feel like crap. Get up and act like it ain't even bothering you. Don't send them a thought. Don't think about it. Sometimes if you want to lay down and relax, that's the best thing for you to do is lay down. And sometimes it's the worst thing to do. You're your worst enemy. And if you say something that they don't like, they'll fucking fuck you up more. But anyway, if you they always want you to think, and then they want you to think, and then they want you to think. They'll think, oh, just because you did this, you get tortured, and then they want you to think. Well, don't be like that. Don't be like, well, no, I'm not thinking of nothing. Go ahead, if you hear a voice, say that to them, and then you want me to think what? What do you want me to think now? You're just torturing me because you picked a certain time and said, oh, that sounds good. That's a good time to torture him, so he thinks that way. But I don't think that way anymore. They just torture you whenever they want for no reason. We didn't do nothing wrong. We ain't done a goddamn thing wrong. They're the one that doing something wrong to us, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. What else is I'm talking about here? Anniversary multi-consumption. And if you look these words up, it's your thoughts are brought to your attention. So it may make things pleasant for you at times. Thoughts that even a lie would work and make yourself think a certain way. Okay, these go to give me. One time I said they were going to give me some money. I was supposed to meet them. And they fucked my head up that time too. Because it really wasn't me. If you're really good, you can notice You're like, that ain't me talking. What the fuck? The worst thing to do is get mad. You can't get mad. Ignore everything. Ignore the TV. If they fuck the TV, ignore that. Ignore shit fucking with your phone. Ignore. But they gang stalked me because when I was first gang, I say hi to everybody and I smile. You know, and or you can mind your own business. But if you think they're out to get you and they're gang stalking you, go up to them and talk to them. Talk to these people that you think are gang stalking you, and it's not their fault. They're just being done too. Go up and talk to them and say hey and whatever, and it'll help you. But I'll call it psychological warfare, because they're fucking with my head. I mean, my life can be kind of scary sometimes, but it's really not that big of a fucking deal, really. It changed my life for so many better ways. But they'll do you all night, and I hope some people watch this video and it gets out there, because they do fuck around with YouTube too. They fuck with YouTube too. But getting on the internet will fuck your head up. If you know you're a target, it'll start making you think a certain way. And there's so much shit that people think. They do not poison you. They give you the shit. Okay, I got poisoned one time in the beginning, and nobody's putting nothing in your drink and poisoning you. They can give you the shits, the runs. They can mess with your bladder. They can make you almost shit on yourself. I mean, if they can make you fart, they can make you get diarrhea, and you have the runs all night. And some people think they're poisoned, but you're not poisoned. And then, you think people are really gang stalking you, that these people are put there, but maybe y'all don't know these people are put there, and they're on remote neuron monitoring. Is what these people are on. But they're not TIs. Okay? They're there to even get on your nerves. And when they did me, sometimes I'd see somebody in a shitty mood that was being a butthole to me, and I'd turn it around and I just start to smile at them and say, yeah, you're having a shitty day, and it sucks. I feel bad for you. Man, sorry about it. I hear you, man. Shitty days are rough. You gotta be nice to me. When you're a TI, anything that anybody says to you that hurts your feelings or makes you get mad is them doing them. So you can't get mad at anybody, especially anybody you live with, because it's all made to make you mad. So you can always change it up if you get mad, and they can even put anger in you, bad anger in you, and it make you start cussing. Like, I can cut it off. Sometimes I get mad too, but then sometimes I have to shut it down, and that means not saying one word. Because if you let them in and you let them do what they want to do to you, they'll keep doing it and doing it and doing it. But as 3 years went on as a target, man, I've learned a lot. I can go in there and they'll try to manipulate me something, and I can go in there and then send in the same one. It's like a generic. Some of them are like your own. You wouldn't notice this because you were done so for so many years. So you think it's actually your thoughts, your own thoughts. I mean, every thoughts, I can tell my own thoughts from their thoughts, and their thoughts is like generation. Their thought is like a generic of my own thought, but it's real. It's real enough to make you go and do it. If you give up and do it, some of them are powerful, more powerful than other ones. I mean, you just go do it. I mean, ain't no being saying whatever. I mean, if you allow them to do stuff to you, and you can't say what you say. You can't say like I used to get mad, and you just ain't supposed to talk. Sometimes you cannot help it, but you tell them, if you got voices, go say, well, that ain't me saying it, it's you. Shut the fuck up. And you try your best to not say anything. You got to go into your brain and relax when they're doing you like that. And what I'm saying is just think about going in your brain. If you got I don't think it's imagination. I'm really in parts of my brain, because I can tell where it's coming in. If I'm really in my brain, because a thought will come in, and I'll go to that same spot where the thought is. And another thing, If you wanted to, you can go in your brain and try to find where the voice is. Sometimes they'll stop that. I mean, because it goes directly to your ear, and some goes right to your brain. There's one back there that's in my brain, or I think it is. It comes in through the back. The voice is still coming in the back, and you got to think positive about it. You got to be positive all the time. You can't be negative. You got to be happy, because they can make you feel like shit where you don't enjoy nothing, and there ain't. I don't know how to figure that one out. You just deal with it. The best thing to do is get up and get outside, go for a walk, or get up and do something with your hands. Take a shower sometimes helps. But sometimes, you just gotta go through it, and act like you're hurting. Act like it hurts. Really, act like it hurts. If you're like me and my mind's programmed to be like, not a tough ass, just somebody that wouldn't show them no emotion, and I'd ignore them for so long, they ran my ass to the ground. So just ignore them. They'll keep on getting you to, they want you to talk, they'll get you to talk eventually for a little bit. If they want you to talk, and it's all right to talk to the voices sometimes, and then, when it's time to shut up, it's time to shut up. And I like my impressions and stuff. I really try that, man. Try really going in your brain. You got to lay down and relax. And I don't know where this came from, but I can lay down and relax. And as I look over here, like down here by where my ear is in my brain, I see this bright yellow shit, like a big bright yellow blob. And I don't know where it came from. I didn't put that shit in my head. And then if I think about going right to the center of my brain, like in the center, I see blue, the color of blue and white. And I didn't put that shit there. You know what I mean? I don't know where the hell that came from. That's just, I wanted to know what it stands for, but I didn't think about putting it there. I just seen it there one day, and I was like, what the hell? And you can go in there, and you can even go outside of your body if you think hard enough. You can think outside of your body, like sometimes try to find that voice, see where it's coming from. But how they do it, they got a volume to it. I think a volume that goes louder and lower. So any time the volume moves, some people will think it's in their brain. If it's in their brain, if you think it's in your brain, find it where it is and wipe it out, or let them know. They might stop if you find the voice. They've done me like that, and I found it and they stopped. But you gotta be really, you gotta have, I don't know what, everybody can use their brain like this. They just don't, it's a form of meditating, a new way to meditate. You can even lock onto your own brain waves. That's just constantly concentrating on one specific thing, and you can lock onto your own, because they can lock on the brain waves too. It comes through the ear, but sometimes there's one that comes with, if you think about it, don't be scared if they're in your brain. Just try to find that voice and wipe them out. And say, yeah, I can pinpoint where they are, because I can feel these thoughts coming in, and I go right back to that spot. It's not that I got a hell of imagination, but these thoughts are really coming in a certain spot in my head, in my brain. It's not like I'm making this shit up. Like sometimes it could be, sometimes it's back here, it's over here. You got to have your eyes shut to do this, and quiet, and you just relax and think about going inside your brain. And especially when they're sending you thoughts or feelings, go inside there and fight them off. It helps me sometimes. I can kind of, like I said, it's a form of meditation that nobody's ever talked about meditating, going inside your brain and going to certain spots, pinpointing certain spots. Like I said, you can even do one with your ears, man, and pinpoint where you want to hear, where your hearing wants to go. And you can pinpoint going outside of the box. You can start thinking about relaxing on your heart, like constantly thinking your energy is going outside of you. You can even make it go outside of your body. you know, the torture in the coughing one, you can stop the coughing one. I'm serious, people. If you are coughing a lot, you know, blow your nose real good, and then shut your mouth and breathe through your nose, and it'll stop. Because how it works is if you don't shut your mouth, they got a clogged up snot right down in here, and when your mouth opens, it comes up. The time you breathe, that snot moves a little bit, and that's when it'll attack. You know, they'll be able to make you cough, and nothing comes up. If you're breathing through your mouth, breathing through your nose, it'll stop it. Because that loogie's just sitting there, and every time you cough or breathe in and out, it's moving. So it triggers it. When it starts moving, it hits your cough response, and that'll make you cough. And they're not human coughs. These are not human coughs. I never coughed like this hard in my entire life. You know, I don't know what you call it, but it's not like a real human cough. And they can change the way your face looks. They can make you look mad. That's what they do sometimes. So my mom, I think my mom is mad at me. She's just the way she looks. Cause that's what they do. And they used to do me in town. And everybody's eyes was crossed. Everywhere I go, people look at me with their eyes crossed, and they were doing that. And what I hate is when they do my kid. But he's all right, man. Everybody's all right. But I'm even all right. You just gotta ignore it and go with it. You know, they say, I heard Red once, walk away from your kid. If they're doing them that bad and you can't handle it, walk away. But the best thing to do is to handle it the best way you can, and just ignore it. Ignore it. Sometimes I'm an asshole and I'm like, oh, big fucking deal, yeah, right, da-da-da-da-da-da. But it's bullshit, but what are you gonna do, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm full of shit, man. If I had $1 million, dude, I'd be hunting down these people somehow. You know, I had this scientist in the beginning send me the Nano Buster. He was busting my balls, man. The Nano Buster gun, he said, you know, because people think there's nano, but there ain't no damn nano butts in your body. There ain't no fucking shit. It's fucking brain waves and I think frequencies, and it's some shit that I don't even know, because they ain't gonna tell you, like fucking MK fucking Ultra. They didn't tell a goddamn soul about that goddamn shit. Now why the fuck would they tell everybody about, this is what pisses me off, and I'm pissed about targeting the visual. They only tell you what they want you to fucking know. They ain't gonna say the goddamn truth, and the truth behind this, nobody fucking really fucking knows. You know, they're telling you this shit just so you get scared and all fucked up in the fucking head in this shit, and there's a more reason to this goddamn shit than just fucking torturing somebody and making them suffer and killing yourself. No, they don't want you to kill your goddamn self. If you want to kill yourself, you fucking kill yourself. If you start thinking about killing yourself, they'll feed into more. If you start thinking about being unhappy, sad, they'll feed you some more of that. They'll manipulate you to anything that your personality is. And that's what they'll fucking do. And I'm sick of all that shit on the goddamn internet is made to fuck your head up. And don't fucking believe it's fucking G5. It ain't G5 either. It's coming down from satellite, and they done, okay, I'm not crazy, dude. You can believe me or not. They fuck around with black magic or white magic. I don't know what it is. But I've had spooky shit. I had shit move in my house. Shit come down off the shelves. Touch me before my bed was bouncing. My bed went, and that's fucking them. This is not no door. Okay, it's the fucking government, but it's a secret society, is what it is. And it's fucking goddamn top secret. Okay, this is top secret. Well, it's not top secret to us. They're just telling us we're targeting individuals. Now, why the fuck would they tell us that? Why the fuck would they tell us that, man? I mean, why didn't they tell everybody about MK Ultra in the beginning? That was a secret. So I don't know the reason behind all this. I just know the reasons what they fucking put in your brain to make you think. You know? And their devices don't work. None of that shit works. It works for some people, but for hardcore TIs, it's a bunch of bullshit, man. Because I know there's more behind this than some goddamn torturing, suffering, and shit. It's part can change your life too. To get your life back on track. And if you do drugs, it gets you off drugs. If you want to. But like I said, there's one that you can do drugs and you won't feel it. That's why they say medicine's not good for you, but they can't do it all the time to you. They're not doing you all the time, so medicine is, they say medicine is bad. No, medicine is good for you because PIs get depressed and it's a chemically unbalanced, and our brain has so many chemicals, they affect it. Like the one when you don't give a fuck about nothing, if they do you, you're chemically unbalanced in your brain. That's why you can't enjoy nothing. I even think they fucking burn brain cells up. That's why you got to get your sleep to restore them. But I could be wrong, you know. I don't have, my mind is open to anything. I'm so open-minded, it's not even funny. You know, like I thought all that shit with the shit falling down, the lamp coming down in my house, the guitar pick flying off the table, the door opening on me. That's them, and it's magic. They fuck around with magic. It's not black because I'm not scared, I don't think. I mean, they already have energy that can go boom in the night, like make something hit the trailer, or they can make that happen. But this, I never heard of anybody talking about this shit, about this you know, I mean, I was so open-minded, I was like, well, it could be, it was not God. No, it's not God. Where's God at? Where's God at? God ain't gonna help you through this. You know why? Because it's God don't help people through stuff like this. You know, the good people have bad things happening all the fucking time. It doesn't mean God don't love you. It doesn't mean God, and praying does help your soul. But I'm not really religious, but I've tried praying my butt off before. It didn't help us. One red cent. You know, this is science to drive you batty. I mean, there's more to it than just suffering and torture. I mean, that's what happens to you, but I think it's they've done experiments on everybody, and I think they learn shit as the years go by. They keep learning shit. I think they can keep doing shit to your body that, you know, they haven't tried out yet. I think, and I'm one of them lab rats that they do that shit to. You know, so I go through some hell-lazy shit, but the way my brain is programmed, you know, they hate my guts, man. They fucking cannot fucking stand me. Especially I play guitar, I rap, I sing, you know, anything you do, they hate me so damn much. They'll use me, the Privacy Act. There's a Privacy Act